Hi, my name is Rich Hanlon. I'm your Wild Neighbors Nature Connection Nature Guide. And I want to share with you that one of the gifts that I am thankful for each and every day is that we live in a world that is filled with neighbors. Yes, we have neighbors who are fellow human beings like you and me. We also have neighbors who have leaves. We have neighbors who have fur. We have neighbors who have scales, and we have neighbors who have feathers. I want to share with you a fun activity that I enjoy doing every springtime, and springtime is right around the corner, and there are already some feathered neighbors who are singing their springtime tunes. So for this special activity that will allow you to be more aware of the bird neighbors who live nearby you in your backyard or on your property or in a park or other place where you like to spend time, is to listen for the calls that many of them will sing in the springtime. They sing those songs from their territories, from their property lines. And no matter where you are, you're on somebody's property, especially if we're considering that all the mammals and the reptiles and amphibians and the birds establish properties for their breeding season, which is to come very soon. So we're going to use primarily our ears to pay attention to where different birds are around us. But we're going to use our eyes and our minds to do a couple of things here. So the things that you'll need a clipboard, you'll need a piece of paper that you can write on, a pencil. It's better to use pencil than pen when you're outside in case it gets wet. The ink will run and make your picture all blurry, but the graphite of the pencil won't get blurry if it gets wet. And for your own comfort, you can bring a folding out chair. So let's set up on my back porch here and spend, maybe 2 or 3 minutes. First we're going to sketch, and then we're going to listen for the birds that we hear, and we'll note them where we hear them on our paper. First thing I want to do is make a sketch of my backyard. So we have the church building, the house, we have a tree here, we have some pine trees over here, we have a fence, and there's a little garden patch here. Okay, neighbor's house, little neighbor's house over here. All right, we have shrubs in the back corner there. All right, and then there's a smaller fenced-in area here, and there is a garage right here. So that is my sketch. The next thing we want to do, I'm going to set my stopwatch for 2 minutes, and I'm going to start it. We're going to listen. I hear a cardinal back by the pine trees here. So I write cardinal. And maybe you don't know what a cardinal sounds like. Maybe you don't see the bird. The cardinal kind of goes choo, 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 choo. So if you don't know it's a cardinal, but you want to identify it, you can say the choo, choo bird. All right? You can have fun with this. And if you see a bird and you hear it, but you don't know what to call it and it's blue, just say, okay, the blue colored bird. So we got a cardinal. Listening. It's still kind of early in the season. Okay, I hear a song sparrow, and it's by the shrubs over here. So I'll write song sparrow. cardinals singing again, song sparrows singing again. We have 43 seconds left to listen. In another month or so, we'll probably be having grackles and robins singing in the backyard here. Okay, I hear house sparrows over here behind the neighbor's house. House sparrows. All right. 10 more seconds. Cardinal and our song sparrow are still singing. Oh, time's up. That was 2 minutes of listening. That was 2 minutes of listening to our winged neighbors, and it's really cool to recognize when they are singing this time of year and on into the springtime, because when you have a bird that is singing in the same location for typically more than a week, that usually is a pretty good indicator that they're intending to build a nest and raise a family in that area, that is their property line. And as the season unfolds, I might come back to this drawing again and again. I also might sit in my backyard and use my eyes as well as my ears to pay attention to what my winged neighbors are doing, because it's one thing to identify who they are and give them a name. It's another thing, it takes it to the next level when you grow to understand their relationships, how they are relating to their environment, whether there's a certain kind of tree or shrub that they seem to like. And it's also really special to notice how our neighbors relate to each other. And especially when it comes to breeding territory, sometimes you see some territorial disputes. And these territorial disputes a lot of times happen at the areas where their property lines come together. So, check this out. This is pretty cool. Now, if I'm watching our cardinal, or the one that goes toot toot, so I wrote it down as the cardinal or the toot toot bird. If you don't know cardinal, you can do other things like that. So cardinal's over here, song sparrow's over here, and since both cardinals and song sparrows will eat insects, they're probably going to want to make sure that they keep a nice property line between the two of them. The song sparrow and the cardinal probably aren't going to want to have each other intruding on their territory. So if I'm watching the birds, I might notice that there's some territorial disputes happening right in this area. And so I'll maybe make diagonal lines, something like this, to recognize a territorial dispute between the cardinal and the song sparrow. And so you can have a pretty good idea that the song sparrow's territory goes to here, and the cardinal's territory goes to here. All right. So this is what my birdsong property lines look like right now. As I said, they will likely change a bit in the months to come. But this is one of the really fun ways that I like to sometimes sit on the back porch and take note of what neighbors I have living around me, and what neighbors are seem to be sticking around to raise a family in my backyard. And the more I understand who is here and how they are relating to each other, the more I can understand what my role should be in helping to create a better environment for all of us. So I hope you've enjoyed this activity. Thank you for joining me for the birdsong property lines exercise, and I want to encourage you, if it's something that you find interesting, go ahead and try this out in your backyard this week. or go to a park or some other area that should be somewhere where you enjoy, somewhere where you want to get to know the neighbors around you. Thank you for joining me. I hope that you are able to enjoy our world filled with neighbors this week. I'll see you next time.